Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with, well, another video on just the DC TV stuff on the CW, the Arrowverse stuff in general, because it was a pretty big day, yesterday from when this video is coming out. So, yeah, yesterday from when this video is coming out, they did the TCAs, which you can look up the what that means online if you want to, because I'm skipping on it from the top of my brain. But that was on yesterday now. You know, usually this isn't a big time. They might mention a couple of things. It's usually the big thing is the CW upfronts, which were they're basically like on the week that the finales are on, so a couple of months ago. So I wasn't expecting too much to come out of this thing, except maybe some stuff for Crisis. But there was an Arrow and a Batwoman panel, which I'll cover that in separate videos. Actually, I might mention some of the Batwoman stuff towards the end of this video, but they did mention a decent amount about Crisis on Infinite Earths, as you would expect, because they want to hype it up and just get everyone excited for it. So you expect them to, drop some information for that during this, event, if you want to call it. But of course, let me know your various opinions on what we go over in this video, because some of it is pretty interesting. I'm interested to see what you guys think of it and whether you're extremely excited about it or just, it's pretty cool. I'm interested to see what you guys think of it. And also, if you're going to enjoy the video and you're just excited for this news, be sure to drop a like on the video to show that support and hype. So the first thing of note to talk about that they brought out was actually the schedule for the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. So each show, what day it's on and what time it's on. So the crossover will start on Supergirl on Sunday, December 8th. So obviously this is American time on the East Coast, so like New York time and all that. So it's Supergirl starts on Sunday, December 9th at 8 o'clock. Batwoman is the next part, their episode 2 on Monday, December 9th at 8 p.m. And that's like they're basically moving stuff around. Like the only show that is in its proper day and time is The Flash. So all the other shows are moving around in regards to either the day or the time they're on. So yeah, Batwoman is the second episode on Monday, December 9th at 8 p.m. The Flash is the third episode in its regular time, Tuesday, December 10th at 8 p.m. And then that's the cliffhanger. We're going to end there. That's basically, I guess, like the halfway point, if you want to call it, for Crisis. So the fact that The Flash is the episode that finishes off that first part might give you an idea as to what might be the cliffhanger. Just clear my throat there, because it might be the Flash dying. It might be Barry sacrificing himself, and then he comes back to life, maybe in the Arrow episode or the final episode. So I don't know. Do you think that's going to happen? Let me know in the comment section down below if you think that's actually a possibility. So maybe that could be the cliffhanger. But then, we have the break, and then we'll come back at the beginning of next year, 2020, and Arrow will be the 4th episode, the second last episode, and this will be the 8th episode of Arrow's last season. So they will have 2 episodes after Crisis. So does that mean Oliver doesn't die in Crisis? Because actually, how can you have 2 episodes of Arrow after Oliver's died? So I can understand one, because it could be like a funeral episode and like a best of, like, greatest hits thing. But 2 episodes, that's a bit too much. So I don't know. But yeah, anyway, Arrow, Tuesday, January 14th at 8 p.m. So I think that means that week there won't be any Flash, Batwoman, or Supergirl. It just will be Arrow and the next show as well. So those other shows will come back the week after. Because usually after the mid-season break, they come around like that 20th, like January 21st, January 22nd, something like that. So they're basically starting the mid-season, coverage again about a week earlier, just to get through the Crisis stuff. But anyway, so Arrow's on Tuesday, January 14th at 8 p.m. And then the final episode is DC's Legends of Tomorrow, which is on Tuesday, January 14th at 9 p.m. So those final 2 episodes are on the same day, while those first 3 episodes were on separate days. So Arrow and Legends will be on the same day, Tuesday, January 14th. So you're going to have a 2-hour slap you across the face special to end off Crisis. So God knows what's going to happen there. And it is important to note that Legends of Tomorrow episode isn't its season premiere. Like, that doesn't really count as an episode of Legends. That's what they're basically saying. So it's just seen as like a special episode. So that won't be season 5 episode 1 of Legends. It'll just be a random special, like let's just call it a Christmas special for Legends of Tomorrow. But one of the biggest things, well, actually, it's the biggest thing they announced, let's be completely honest, at this TCA thing, is that Kevin Conroy, who famously voiced Batman or Bruce Wayne in the Batman animated universe, or the DC animated universe, might I say, as well as some movies and stuff like that, like the Killing Joke animated movie and other things like that, and some other properties as well. He will be playing a live action version of Bruce Wayne, the first time he's ever done it, but it's going to be a future Bruce Wayne, obviously, because the guy's a bit older. So it's noted as a special appearance as well. That's an important thing to note, that it is noted as a special appearance. So it might just be for like one scene or just a handful of scenes in one of the episodes. So I wouldn't expect too much. Don't get me wrong. Awesome. It's really cool that he's playing it, and as well as the fact that we're just getting Bruce Wayne in this crossover. But yeah, just keep that in mind. It's noted as a special appearance, so that makes me think that it's just going to be like a cameo of sorts. Now, there's been a lot of talk about like, oh, well, how come they can get Bruce Wayne to be in this crossover, but they can't get Bruce Wayne to be in other things. And the loophole around this is that it is a future Bruce Wayne who won't be Batman. I guess they really did note that it was a future Bruce Wayne. They didn't say that it's going to be Batman, and also I guess it's basically just going to be like a Batman Beyond type version of Bruce Wayne. Like I'm sure we might see him in his old bat cave or something, and there might be like the old bat suit hung up. Who knows what bat suit it will be. It'd be pretty cool if it's like one of the ones from the movies or something. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, so that's like the loophole around it. Like it's a future Bruce Wayne. It's not like the Bruce Wayne we're used to seeing in the movies, so that's probably why they're able to use him. But I wouldn't expect him to see him suit up as Batman at all. Like Batman could be in this crossover, like a stunt double, but I wouldn't expect Kevin Conroy or Kevin Conroy's Batman, from the future to be in this crossover at all. Just don't expect it, but that's really awesome news that he's going to be in this crossover. Now, there were some Smallville comments made by Mark Guggenheim, who is basically heading up a lot of this crossover, and he said at least one Smallville actor will be in Crisis. So basically, he said he's fairly confident or something along those lines that at least one Smallville actor will be in Crisis on Infinite Earths. One actor that a lot of people aren't mentioning that could possibly be in this is John Glover, who played Lionel Luthor, because he loves appearing in like multiple DC properties. So it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if he is he is at least one of the people that comes over for Crisis and plays a character, whoever it might be. Michael Rosenbaum, I think, is a very likely choice, who of course played Lex Luthor. So it wouldn't surprise me if the two Luthors from Smallville showed up for Crisis. Tom Welling and Justin Hartley are the outsiders. I think they might be the hardest people to get on the show. Like, I think Tom Welling's more likely than Justin Hartley, but I think Michael Rosenbaum and even John Glover would be more likely than Tom Welling. Justin Hartley, I think, would be one of the cooler ones because he is another Green Arrow. And we did see the Smallville Green Arrow suit in Elseworlds last season, or that teaser that they put at the end of all the episodes, where all the dead heroes were on the floor. You did see the Smallville Green Arrow, so maybe he's dead, so they can't bring him back. Who knows? But seeing Justin Hartley, I think, would be one of the cooler ones. But I think the top one that a lot of people want is Tom Welling. Now, Black Lightning, Cress Williams, who plays Black Lightning, did put on Instagram a couple of days ago that he, saying that he was going to be in Crisis, and we weren't sure if it was just him or some other people from Black Lightning would be in the show. And they confirmed that Black Lightning's characters, not just Black Lightning, will be in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, this seems to have been a late call on including them. I think they wanted to include them just because they are a part of this DC universe that is on the CW, without necessarily directly being connected to the Arrowverse. Mark Guggenheim, I think, was talking about it, but the showrunner for Black Lightning was sort of like a speed bump in them being included. I don't know what his deal was. Like, that guy's been involved in some, I think, domestic abuse things, so he's been sort of hiding in the shadows, if you want to call it. But yeah, it seems that they've managed to convince him, or at least maybe convince him to say, let us use the characters, let us bring them in, or they've just gone, screw you beat up some woman, so we don't care about your opinion. Whatever, I don't know what he did. It was some domestic abuse thing anyway. So he might not have hierarchy in regards to his decisions anymore. But yeah, so Black Lightning's going to be in Crisis, so that's pretty damn awesome. Now, there were a couple of things from the Batwoman panel which were pretty interesting. The first one is that they actually do plan on shooting more of the Batwoman show in Chicago. So for those that don't know, like a lot of the exterior shots, if not all of them, I wouldn't say all of them, because some of them will be Vancouver, but a lot of them were shot in Chicago, especially in the pilot episode. Once you see it, you'll be like, oh, this looks familiar. And that's because, you know, Chicago is where they filmed 2 of the Dark Knight trilogy movies, so that's, you know, it looks very familiar. A lot of the locations they use in the pilot are straight from the movies, so you should recognize them from there. So I'm happy that they're going to shoot more there. They also were talking about Batwoman not trying to replace Arrow, because a lot of people have been freaking out online, like, oh my god, this is the show that's trying to replace Arrow, when that's not what they're going for. And you can sort of tell when you watch the episode, as like the pilot episode as well, that's not really what they're going for. But they said no one can fill the void left by Steven, which I think is true. I don't think you're really going to get another show like Arrow, and how it like can be, you know, so grounded but so controlling on this universe, if that makes sense. So, you know, never really going to get anything like that, you know, again. I'd be very surprised if we did. They also did say that the Batman villain Magpie will be in season 1. Now, Magpie is a female character. They are a dual thief. I'm guessing they'll be a villain of the week type character, so maybe they're using that character in the episode they're filming now, or they might be a villain in like episode 3 or 4 or something. But yeah, they said that that character will be there. So I guess if you like Magpie, there you go. And the big question, because if a lot of people that have seen the pilot episode, or at least heard about the pilot episode, will know that Batwoman actually doesn't have the red wig in the pilot episode, and she won't have it in episode 2 either, by the sounds of it, because they confirmed that the wig will come in episode 3, and they quoted that Kate really embraces her role as Batwoman in episode 3. So yeah, that's when the red wig comes. So yeah, if you watch the pilot episode, when it eventually comes out, and you're like, where's the wig? It's coming in episode 3. But yeah, guys, that's basically it to talk about in regards to like crisis-y stuff. Is crisis-y a word? Anyway, crisis-like stuff. Anyway, we'll use that term. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on what we went over in this video. What are you most excited for? The Black Lightning stuff, the Smallville stuff, or the Kevin Conroy playing Batwoman, Bruce Wayne stuff? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.